this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So, Libra, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards, going to do your reading and then clarify it. Also wanted to also tell you that I appreciate everybody that is viewing my live channel. The live reading that I had, I will be doing more of those. So if you're interested, hop onto the community page. And I will have some information there about the next one. Okay. All right. So let's get started on your reading. Don't forget to look at your rising sun and moon placements to get an accurate reading on this that you're trying to figure out. Okay. So let's get started on your reading, Libra. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Libra for their highest good. All right, so you have Journey by Moonlight, Believe in Magic. Oh my goodness, yes, definitely. I feel like there's a fresh start here for you, definitely, because you also have the first light beginning a new cycle. So, there are new things coming in for you, new experiences. If you believe in the divine, if you believe in the universe, it will bring it to you. So it's all about having that faith and believing in the divine. So I really am a big person about our divine, our Lord, and I don't push it on anybody, but it is there, to see and do. Okay, so let's do this, you guys. Do take what resonates with you. See what's going on for Libra for their highest good spirit. Libra, Libra, Libra. All right, boom. One for the current. This is for one for the current. This is for Libra. You got the Six of Swords. Wow. So I feel like you're definitely leaving something behind. There were a lot of obstacles that you had to go through, or a lot of things that you're going through. But I feel like calmer waters, better times are coming through, which is very nice. One for the situation. You have the Ten of Wands. You're very exhausted. I've been saying this a lot to all of my reading, all my subscribers. You're exhausted. I feel like you need to start setting boundaries or start setting deadlines for yourself. We'll see what else is here for the past and or now. You have the Queen of Swords. I feel like you're going to have a lot of clarity. I feel like you need to speak your truth you're speaking your truth or not holding back anymore about what's going on or how you're feeling about things. What's hidden? The King of Cups. I feel like in what's hidden, you have the King of Cups, and I feel like really got to watch how you're doing, how you're saying things, how you're communicating. Really think before you speak. I'm also getting that. Try not to use harsh words in in how you're communicating. One for the hopes and the fears. You have the Four of Swords. Definitely, it's right across from the Ten of Wands. Definitely very exhausted, holding on to you. You're tired. Just remember, you could only do so much. Okay, so it's time to start resting. We are in a spring equinox and where everything's beginning new. So just remember that, that it's time to rest. It's time to gather, to go within and find that peace within you. Okay. You have what you need to do now. You have the Devil card. All right. So the Devil card is talking about that you do need to break some kind of pattern. I feel like at times you feel stuck at where you're at, or you may be feeling stuck, or you're just like maybe doing the same pattern over and over. So, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, it's about patterns. It's about feeling stuck. It's about, things repeated cycles, repeated things that you keep continuing to do. We'll see more. What you need to work on. You have the Three of Swords. Definitely in your feelings. I feel like you're definitely going through a healing also. And I feel like, you could be feeling the emotions of everything that's going on. Interesting. Hold on, you guys. Let me see this real quick. Okay. All right. So yeah, definitely feeling a lot of emotions. And then you have, for what's hidden, the Seven of Swords. Wow. Okay. So the Seven of Swords is not, to me, it's not a good card. I gotta see what's in front of it, like what the other cards say. But with the Seven of Swords here, it does say that, maybe there was some kind of betrayal, some kind of cheating. You maybe have done the cheating or betrayal. But there's just something here, something that, you feel betrayed about. You feel like something that's going on. Maybe that's why there's heartbreak here. So let's see what the cards say when we pull out more. All right, so take what resonates with you. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do the end of the card to see what's going on. At the end of the tarot deck, you did get the Four of Wands. You're definitely going to be moving forward. I feel like there could also be some kind of proposal here. I feel like you are the multitasker too with the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. You do have the resources you need, and you know how to make them. So, but I feel like you still need to really need to take that time to really take time for yourself, like really nurture yourself. Wow. And then you have the Chariot card here. Chariot, there is abundance coming in also. The Chariot card is saying that you are definitely moving forward, but it's time to start taking control of everything that's going on in your life. And I feel like you're moving towards success, so it's good. Very nice, you guys. Very nice. All right, so let's clarify the cards, see what's going on in your reading. Take what resonates with you, Libra, and leave the rest. All right. What else is going on for Libra spirit? The Six of Swords. Why is the Six of Swords here? All right. So I feel like, you really are seeing a lot of clarity right now. You have the Queen of Swords right next to each other, and you have it here again. That's, to me, that's a clarification that, you're seeing clearly now. You're standing strong. You need to speak your truth. And there was a lot of things that you had in your mind that you did need to say. And I feel like you are saying it. And I feel like you're walking away from something. And it could have been anything. It could have been a relationship. It could have been a work. It could have been a job. It's like you're seeing the truth and speaking the truth about things. Stand your ground on things. Okay? Don't let anybody, make you feel like you're not nothing. Because you are something. You are very strong-willed. You're a leader. You know how to do things. Okay? It doesn't matter what anything has gone on in your life. Right now, just know that you stand strong. Okay. You have the Magician card here. Magician card is definitely talking about, really manifesting, that you have all the tools to manifest what you want. So act like you already have it. That is the law of attraction. I already have it. I know I'm going to get this big house. I know I'm going to get this brand new car. I know I'm not going to have any more bills. I know I'm going to have enough money for everything, stuff like that. It's called the law of attraction, you guys. So really think positive on everything that's going on. Like I said, you are definitely the one that creates the world around you. So if you're living in a negative world, it's time to go positive. Okay. Start thinking positive in everything. But I do feel like things are going to get better for you. I feel like you're standing your ground on things. You have the Ten of Wands here. And why is the Ten of Wands here for Libra? One more card. Wow, look at that. So, you're very exhausted. I can tell with the Ten of Wands here. Ten of Wands does mean that, you've been carrying a lot on your shoulders, and you have, you've been going through a lot, and it shows a lot. It could be that, you're doing way too much. It could also mean that you need to start setting some kind of boundaries or deadlines here, because there are times that you overdo a lot. There's also a lot of things that you're not really wanting to see, but you're going to have to deal with them very soon. Okay. I feel like you need to take that blindfold off, because there are times that you do feel stuck. You don't, you feel like, I can't do this or I can't do that because of something. And there are times that you really need to take that blindfold off. And that's why the Queen of Swords is here, because, that's you, the Queen of Swords, standing strong, knowing that if you speak your truth about things or start speaking about what you need to speak about, yes, it's going to move everything forward, but it's still something that you need to do. Okay. So really work on taking off that blindfold. I feel like, no matter what, though, that you're going to have good times coming in. You're going to start feeling better, but you need to start taking care and control of your life. Libra. Okay. Because you're very overwhelmed with a lot that's going on. You're very tired, you're exhausted, you're trying to keep up with everything and everyone, and it's not needed. Right now is a time for you to rest, to take it easy. You have the Queen of Swords here, and I do feel like it's now because you had the Queen of Swords here and right next to it. Really speak your truth about everything, okay? And I do feel like you are seeing things very differently now. And I do feel like it's now. You have the King of Cups here. And why is the King of Cups here for what's hidden? One more card. So with the King of Cups, I do feel like, you need to express yourself more clearly. I feel like you're really in your emotions and you're feeling a lot right now. I feel like you need to have patience for everything and look at things differently now. Really look at everything and think about it and look at it in a different perspective. Because I do feel like, you need to. Because you are definitely thinking about a lot of things in your mind and you're feeling it. But you know how to handle things. I do feel like you do know how to handle everything. We have the Pentacles here. Seven of Pentacles is talking about really thinking about what your next step is, what you're going to do. I feel like you're reviewing everything that you've been through and how everything has happened, and I feel like you're just still deciding on what you're needing to do. They're asking you to look at things clearly, to look at things differently, okay, to really like step back and see everything that you need to see. I also feel like you could be waiting on somebody or something, someone, something. I feel like there's something here that you're waiting on. And they're saying that for you not to be waiting, for you to just go forward on everything that you're doing. Okay. You have the Four of Swords here. And why is the Four of Swords here for Libra and the hopes and fears? Wow. Okay. So, you have the Four of Swords and the hopes and fears, and the thing about it is that you need to start taking some rest. You've been through a lot. You're going through a lot. You feel exhausted and very overwhelmed. You're making decisions here. You're going through the emotions, and they're really asking you to really take the time to rest. Okay. Take it easy, lay back and rest, because there is a new cycle here that's coming through for you. And I do feel like, you need that time to rest. You do have the World card and the Nine of Cups here, and the Nine of Cups is talking about achieving achieving what you want. You've been achieving everything that you've been set out to do. Creating the money that you've been wanting to. And you need to really see that. You've accomplished a lot in your life, and that's something that you don't really look at. You always want, okay, I got to go and do this. I got to go, but you don't stop and look at, hey, I've accomplished this. I've been doing this. I have gratitude for everything. Okay, big and small, also. But really look at all your accomplishments is what they're saying. I do feel with the World card here that there's new experiences coming in for you, definitely. I feel like you're wanting to put yourself out there, put yourself out in the world, trying to do something different. I feel like there's a lot of things that are coming to a close for you also because there is this new path coming through. I feel like you need to be around more people that are uplifting for you, that will uplift you, that will, think the way you are thinking. Okay, so this is very nice. I love that. This is a new path here for you. New experiences are coming in. You have the Devil card here, Libra. Why is the Devil here? More card. So with the Devil here, I do feel like at times you do feel stuck where you're at. I feel like you feel stuck. You want something different, or I feel like you go back to the same pattern over and over again. And I feel like at times you really need to think about what you're doing, like really try to let go of these old habits and patterns that you've been, even though it's hard. They're asking you to find your strength and to find your confidence, to have patience for everything, because and listen to yourself. Like listen to yourself, what you're wanting to do, how you're feeling. Like really start listening to the way you are, okay? Because you do have the Ace of Cups here, and the Ace of Cups is saying, hey, you need to start listening to how you're feeling, and you need to feel that you need to nurture yourself and put put your energy into something that's just going to help you and make you happy, is what they're saying. Okay, I do feel like your cup is going to be overflowed with abundance, but I feel like you need to really have that compassion and forgiveness for everything that's been going on in your life. No matter what, it's always, sometimes we don't want to hear that, but sometimes it's something that you need to do and really take to heart. Okay, because you can't live life, being cold and miserable and unhappy. You gotta have you gotta have that love, and you gotta keep going. Okay, no matter what. You do have the three of swords here for what you need to work on, and that's in something you need to do now. You have the three of swords in what you need to work on. Why is the three of swords here? What card? Wow. Okay. So you're in your feelings a lot, a lot. You could be going through a healing also, healing from old past wounds, or just thinking about the past that has happened. I feel like you feel alone. Like you feel like you've been abandoned by people, and that, but you really got to think about that. Okay. I feel like this is just temporary. I feel like also too at times that you feel like you're not going to have enough for everything, and you will. You definitely will. Right now you're just going through the emotions of everything that you're feeling, because you are on this new path. Every time we go into a new path, we have to let things come up to the surface. We have to deal with the feelings that we're feeling, otherwise we're not human. Can't live in a cold world. And with this Five of Pentacles here, it's temporary, but it's something that you do need to work on. Feeling alone, feeling abandoned. Ask yourself, why do I feel alone? Why do I feel abandoned? Why do I feel like I'm left out in the cold? And there, you have the answers within to look for that. Okay. Things are definitely going to start moving very fast for you. You do have the Eight of Wands here, and the Eight of Wands is saying, there's going to be a lot of fast movement coming through. Okay, a lot of fast movement, changes coming in, messages, unexpected messages. It's just coming in, coming in, coming in. Okay, so just be ready for that. And then at the end, you do have the Seven of Swords. So let's see why the Seven of Swords is here. Wow. Okay. So, like I said, you do have the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is saying that, there is times that you do feel like you've been betrayed. You feel like they've abandoned you, that, they've done just miserable things to you. It's like, how could they have done that to me, right? Betrayed. You feel betrayed no matter what. If it was cheating, or if it was talking behind your back, or being sneaky, whatever it was, you feel like that, and there's no ifs, ands about it, that you do feel like that. Okay. But you need to look at things differently, Libra. Okay. You have the Queen of the Wands here, Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, she's a sort of, she doesn't let nothing get to her. She doesn't let nobody bother her. That's you, Libra. You don't let nobody bother you. You don't let nobody get under your skin or crawl. You see it. You see things. And that's what they're saying. Stop caring so much about who said this or who said that, and stop caring about that. Because if you live life like that, it's going to be very hard for you. And you don't want to live like that. Who cares? She's asking you to stop caring so much about what other people think or what other people are saying. Live your life, Libra. Live your life. Be in the light. Be the light to other people. Because that's what we're supposed to do here in this lifetime. You do have the Empress here. The Empress is talking about, creative expression, about creating something that you want, putting your energy into something that's going to make you happy, feeling confident, focus on the abundance that you have around you. Be grateful, have gratitude for that. Work smart, but really nurture yourself, because you need to. Right now is the time that you need to nurture yourself, take care of yourself better. A lot of things are weighing you down. You feel very frustrated, very overwhelmed with a lot, and it's time for you to take care of yourself. I do feel like somebody around you could be pregnant, or it could be you pregnant, but there's an energy here of pregnancy. Wow. All right. So, Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. God bless.